express myself in however I wanted to. I'd wear like backwards caps and like board shorts and shit, and like I didn't really care about what people thought of me. And I was like, I used to hang out with my dad all the time, and we used to play football or like soccer or whatever, and like I'd play guitar and like listen to rock and roll, and just like that's how I thought, you know, I wanted to live my life. And then as I kind of grew up, there was one kind of like pivotal moment for me where I went to go stay with my auntie. I think I was like 12. I went to go stay with my auntie for like 2 weeks or maybe like 10 days, and I didn't have like my phone or like my laptop. I didn't have a phone or a laptop, period. And then I had like my books and my journals and stuff like that, so I was writing and just kind of like just really deep in the feels, like introspective as fuck for like a 12-year-old. And then I remember writing in my journal like, I think I have a crush on a girl. And I was like so secretive, like shameful about it. I was like, oh my god, if someone finds this journal, you know, like this is gonna be the end. And it's just really funny. It's just really funny. And then I remember the first person that I told was my best friend. Shout out Queen, Cece, I love you, bitch. Yeah, I told her, and it was like the most underwhelming thing in the world, but I was like, oh my god, this is like such a shameful little secret that I have, but I need to tell someone. And it's like, I'm gonna tell my ride or die, this is my queen, like, I'm gonna tell her, I trust her with my life, you know what I mean? And I remember, so she was living in the UK and I was living in Hong Kong, and we got on Skype. Fucking yeah, Skype. And I was like, hey man, like I got something to tell you. And she's like, what? And I was like, oh, I don't know, like I'm actually, do you know what, never mind. And she's like, okay, whatever. And then like a little bit went by, and I was like, actually I really need to tell you. And she was like, okay, tell me. And I was like playing PS3, god, how like obvious. I was like, or it might have been PS2, who knows, PS3 I think. And I was like, I like paused my little game, and I was like I think I have a crush on it. I think it says something like, I think I might like women as well as men. And she was like, okay. And I was like, I was like, what? And she was like, okay. And I was like, I don't know, man. I was expecting some like fireworks and shit. Like I was expecting like something. She just like didn't give me anything, bro. I was like, I just sprayed water on myself. I was like, oh, it's honestly the best response she could have had. But at the time I was like, are you not gonna like shame me? Like, are you not gonna tell me that I'm gonna come like burst on fire? Are you not gonna tell me like God is coming for me? Do you know what I mean? She was like, okay. I was like, anyway, whatever. But yeah, and then yeah, it was just kind of like insane. I just thought that it was like I needed to keep it a secret for so many years, you know. I had known since I was like such a young little kid, and I kept it a secret. Like I really kept it a secret for so many years, and like I got so good at hiding, and I got so good at hiding from everyone, and like still to this day I can like still feel that fear, even from like, you know, that was years and years ago. And it's like I can still feel that fear, which is kind of crazy. And it's like I'm outwardly like speaking to you guys, 952 of you, about like, you know, my sexuality and my coming out story, but like even in certain like social situations, just to kind of like protect myself, I will like spare the details or whatever, which is like, it's like kind of crazy, you know. But yeah, anyway, I also kind of wanted to like touch on like yeah, my upbringing in terms of like being a mixed person growing up in Asia, and like presenting quite like androgynous. Like I didn't know any like older gay people. Like my parents didn't have queer friends as far as I'm aware. Like you know, there were like no gay parents at my school. Like gay older people just didn't exist. Like I thought they were just kind of like in films and stuff. So I was like, And then all of my role models at the time when I was a kid, like, 13 to 15 were all men, if not like women, but like white women and like femme white women. So like there was no one who kind of looked like me. Like there wasn't any kind of like biracial mixed people who were like more androgynous presenting. So like I found that quite difficult. But it also feels like I feel like I kind of like trailblazed my own path in a way. So kudos to me. protect myself. But obviously, I had a good group of like friends and a good community around me. So that really that really helped. But just feeling like I was like the first, like kind of like when I had my first girlfriend, I was like, yeah, this is everyone kind of like knew me as like the lesbian. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, just like it's interesting just to think about how actually little representation there is, especially growing up in like Asian communities, sticking out like a sore thumb, and I still kind of do. But yeah, it's cool though. It feels good, and it feels nice to be able to come on like platforms like this and openly talk about it and not, and not be fucking scared. I feel comfortable. I feel great here. So thank you guys for making this community so wonderful. And for me, when I was a kid, like communities were always really, really important. Groups of people that surrounded me always kind of, got my back. Like I've got an amazing group of friends, a wonderful, wonderful family who had my back, and it's like we create these kind of communities around us. So like, and this, I feel like this is like a community, like I feel like I can tell you guys whatever. It's kind of crazy because there's so many of you, but yeah, it's wonderful. So again, just thank you for this. It's been wonderful. And yeah, God, Pride Month it's good. It's a good time to kind of like look to the past, kind of understand the people that came before you and how they paved so much of the way for you. And when I say you, I mean me and us. And then also just to kind of like look back into yourself and understand like all of the moments and all of the kind of relationships, friendships, romantic relationships, family relationships that have kind of, and moments within those dynamics that have, made you the person who you are today, which is as cheesy as it sounds. It's kind of crazy. And yeah. So look to those communities, look to those communities around you. Because there's always people around you. And from my experience, more so than you actually think. Like, when I told my friend, as I mentioned to you guys, I was expecting her to be like, she's like, all right. And we were like children. We were literally children. So, yeah. And also, just one more thing, sorry. Also, don't, let society's versions of who you should be and who you should act based on your, whoever you are, for me it was my gender. As soon as I kind of like moved to the UK, I was like, oh, this is how a woman should dress, this is how a woman should be. Like, started like, Firstly, I had like really long straight hair, straightened the shit out of my hair, like ruined my hair. Because I was like, oh yeah, women have like long straight hair. Cool. Women wear these colors and they don't wear chunky jewelry, they don't do this or the blah, blah, blah. And then I got to a point in my life where I was like, I'm just living a facade. This is just untrue. Like, why am I kind of just like living to what like society says that I should, and how society says that I should present myself. This is stupid. I was so unhappy, man. So I like bought a whole new closet of like men's clothing and then just like went like this with all of them. And now I kind of have the style that I have now, and it's like that's what feels the most authentic to me. And it's like going back to that 8-year-old Towa who wore like baseball caps and board shorts and terrible clothes. Actually, do you know what? They were fits, whatever. They were fits. And like, it's funny, just like go full circle. But I guess that kind of like child version of yourself is like probably the most authentic. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got for you guys.